Hello, my sewing friends. Let me tell you all about McCall's 7757, an easy stitch and save pattern from McCall's from 1996.
Woohoo!
I'm Jen, and this is my sewing room where I made this 3 times because I love this pattern just that much, and I have some things to tell you about this pattern. If you can find it, you probably can on Etsy or eBay. Just do a search. It is McCall's 7757. It comes in sizes 8 to 14. I don't think it comes any bigger, although the back of the pattern does indicate that it goes up to an 18. This is a dress. Let me just read you what the back of the pattern says. Mrs. Dress in 2 lengths. Loose fitting pullover dress, has princess seams, front and back gathers with long or short sleeves, and an optional button trimmed front and back belts. The 2 variations on this pattern are the length and also the length of the sleeve, like the length of the hem. So you can make it long with longer sleeves, or you can make it short with short sleeves, or you can mix it up however you like. Or like me, you can make it sleeveless. It does, depending on what you make. If you make view A, which is longer with long sleeves, it's a little fabric hungry. It calls for 5 yards of fabric pretty much across the board, 5.5 for the biggest size. So that's a lot. Now, I will tell you, I've made this out of sheets every time that I've made it, and I've always had enough. One of the sheets was twin sized, and I still had enough. So yeah, be aware of that. It does give you a bust measurement, a finished bust measurement, but it goes from a 38.5 for a size 8 to a 47 for a size 18. I will tell you, this is very loose fitting. You can pull it over your head. There are no closures. The only buttons there are on this little belt, and you don't even have to make buttonholes. You just stick them on, or don't even add the belt, whatever you like. The fabrics, it calls for soft cotton and cotton blends, rayon blends, challis, tissue file, lightweight double knits. I think you could probably get away with a knit that was stable, like a cotton interlock knit, but not too heavy. I don't know that I'd go too light either. And I also don't know about a rayon viscose knit, because I think it might be a little too unwieldy to do all of this. And the beauty of this pattern is that you can dress it up or dress it down depending on the fabric that you use. I love it. I truly do. I made the first one out of an IKEA sheet. It's a twin size sheet, and I call it my happy dress because it's just happy. It just is. Now, when I did it, one of the changes that I made was to leave off the sleeves. Sometimes you can just go ahead and do that and your armhole won't distort, it won't, change at all. But sometimes you can't do that. Now, in this case, I could, so I count myself fortunate that I didn't have to make any adjustments to the armhole, but just be aware of that. I bound the edges of this one, actually all of them, I think, and this one, all with either bias binding that I purchased or that I made. Let me tell you why I love this dress. It's because it's so easy to wear. It's breezy, it's cool, it's light, it's fabulous. I don't ever worry about how I look in it. I don't worry that I need to hold my tummy in, or that I, need to stand away that hides my behind, or, that I'm showing too much. No, none of that. You just throw it on and go. It's so comfortable, and you can dress it up or dress it down, whichever you like. You can, you could wear this to a wedding, or you could wear it to the beach. You could make a beach cover up out of it. It's so easy to wear. And I also love that it was so simple to put together. This is so incredibly beginner friendly. And it incorporates princess seams, gathering, and a neckline facing, and if you wanted to, an armhole facing, or if you wanted to just do bias binding as I did, you could do that, or you can do the sleeves. it's got a lot to offer, and it packs a lot of punch in terms of, you know, the ease of the wear and yet how elegant or fun it can look. Changes I made. Well, obviously I didn't do the sleeves, and I live in a climate where I don't wear sleeves pretty much ever. These, all three, are sheets, every one. Now, you know, I am certainly a lover of beautiful fashion fabric, but I have these, and you can see I have three different dresses. This one is short. I will say, if you make this, you want to be aware that the short one is really short. So you may want to lengthen the hemline. And now in this case, I didn't realize that, and I made the dress, and then I stuck a band on the bottom of just this polka dot that I had in my stash. So actually it adds a little bit of pizzazz to it. I used buttons in my stash too for this little belt. Now this little belt is incorporated into the seam here where the front attaches to the side front. So that makes it easy because you're not fiddling around with trying to attach something, and yeah, you don't have to mess with that. And no buttonholes either, because you just sew the buttons on, or don't. In this case, I used a sheet that had this beautiful trim around, I think it was the top edge of the sheet, and it's, you know, cotton percale. And I had enough of this to be able to go here and put that there instead of the belt. But on the hemline, I found some trim that I already had in my stash, and so it matched well enough, you know, it's close enough. So I used that, and I just incorporated that into the facing. On all three of these dresses, I did do the neck facing, but I knew I was going to stitch it down at 1 inch away, which I hate facings because they always want to come out. This one I didn't do that. I didn't stitch it down, but it doesn't come out. I think because this trim acts kind of a little bit like understitching. I did also understitch, and it kind of acts like that. It keeps that facing in. So that was the difference on that one. And then on this one, I just didn't put the buttons on. This one, the sheet is a polyester microfiber, and a lot of sheets like this are heavy. This one is not. This just feels so good. It's so light, it's so airy. It's just, you know, microfiber can make you hot. That's good in some cases, because if you're in a winter climate, then it'll make you warm. But yeah, this, I was afraid, because I made it a little bit longer, I was afraid that it would end up making me just too hot all the time. Not so. This is like tissue. Oh, it feels amazing. I also put side seam pockets in all three of the dresses, and I have to have pockets. That's a deal breaker for me. So I have a pocket template that I used, and I know how far from the armhole down to go, and so I always know where to put the pockets. Other than that, that's it. I don't really have any more to tell you about it because it's that simple. Really, you know, you would think that doing this and, you know, getting this to go into this would be a problem. No, not at all. You have a front bodice, and then your skirt portion is basically twice what this is right here, the bottom of the front. So you gather that skirt in, and then you've got a big long piece here and a big long piece here, same as in the back, identical. And then you just stitch these pieces together, and your side seams, finish your neckline and arms, or put sleeves on, and you're done. Hem it and you're done. Gosh, that just makes it so simple. I love that. So yeah, like I said, very, very beginner friendly and very simple to put together. I could probably do this now. Well, I've done it 3 times, and it doesn't take me very long because I know the process now, but you know, no closures. You just pull it over your head. It's loose fitting enough. This first one, I did make a size 14, and then I sized down for this one and this one, because I found that I love this. I wear it all the time. And I love how big it is, but it's a little too big, really. And this fits much more to my body in the right way. And I know that when you turn, it can make you look wide this way. I think if you bring it in, then you're gonna need to probably put some kind of a closure, either up the back or up the side, to have it fit more closely. But oh my gosh, it's so comfortable. I just think, I don't care. I don't care if I turn around and I look, you know, a little wider than I would like. Whatever. Okay, so in the end, I love this dress. I hope that you will give that kind of a dress a try. I think it's so pretty and so easy and so fun. And so, yeah, let me know what you think. That'll do it for this time around, and let me leave you with one of the verses on my little prayer cards. This is from Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.